What's up, Chucklefucks? Welcome back to Wrench's Wreckfest, the series where you submit your from-the-depths designs to me for review, and I either praise them for being a fantastic design with little feedback, or shit all over them for them being a terrible design with maybe a side of constructive criticism. Now, let's address the obvious thing that's wrong in the background. The scenery has changed. AKA the reason why I'm late on this video, because moving sucks dick. So anyway, without further ado, now that we're back to it, let's review some shit. Alright, kicking it off from the top, we have the Admiral Graf Spee Deutschland class retrofit. I probably just butchered that. This is by Big Red. This is gonna be one of the ones, this is gonna be one of those ones that are just super fucking detailed. Actually, hang on, what's the... That is a lot, but you know what? It could be more. That's okay. First off, shiny! Shiny! Holy fuck! Anywho, so let's take a look here. Your whole shaping, beautiful. Very simplistic, but it works. It does good. It does good. I like your custom deck texture here. Ooh, let's look at these torpedo launchers. You kind of ruined the effect by not having custom torpedoes. Come on, you've already got all this work put into it. Make some custom torpedoes just to add to it. Anyway, let's look at these turret caps. I think the turret cap shaping and everything looks fine, minus your weird gap that you got there. But the other thing about it that's really weird is your mantlets. Like the blast bags on this look really odd. Plus they're also like kind of clipping on one side and not the other. Also, now you, instead of having to do this kind of like curved bit up here at the front or at the top of the turret, whatever the fuck you call it, you don't have to use slopes anymore. You could just use the mimic half circle like inverse or whatever, and then it creates a little archway that you can use instead of having to do this. So now not only cut down on your deco usage, because I'm going to assume you're probably using like 4 slopes to do this. Yes. So instead, actually, you are using 5 different decos to do that. With that decoration, you can narrow that down to 1. Alright, continuing on, you got an open back turret. Very basic, but you know what? I respect it. Let's see here. What have you got? You got a recoil absorption. It's a... What is it? Am I blind? It's a 105. Okay, what about these guys? These are 280s. You got an recoil absorption. Only 9.8 RPM. I'm sure you could fit like one more cooler in here. That way you can get to your 10 RPM. I'm sure you could find space. Let's look at these guys. 100s. And you were doing so good. Anyway, also your lifeboats are clipping into the superstructure up here. They're a little bit too long for this. They're also clipping into your like exhaust kind of pipes there a bit. I do like the custom spotlights. Very good. That looks alright. Radar looks alright. Yeah, you've got some minor like teething issues that you need to take care of. Also, I would deco out that large crank motor there. But yeah, other than that, the basis looks fine. It's just you got some minor teething stuff, like you're missing parts of your lifeboat there. It's clipping in there. You know, you got some more clipping there. It's just minor little clippage all around and minor little details. But overall, it looks pretty good and not too bad. Alright, next one is the Albatross. This is by Elite Leon. Whoop, not that. Unpause, please. What is this guy? Oh god, all red! Jesus, hang on. Hang on. Holy fuck. Okay, that looks better. Actually, that kind of looks cool. Minus the weird blue rigging. Either way, that's not your actual colors. Alright. Oh, it's this weird-ass plane. Okay. I like the cockpit, but I feel like it could still, like, follow along the 4-meter slope that you got here on the side. Maybe? I also feel like the, like, little boats underneath the wings could be a little bit bigger. and your engines, like, I feel like these little exhausts are a bit too small. Why? Oh. It's just floating on the water. Well, at least it does float on the water. Anyway, like I was saying, these exhausts look really small. It feels like you should have more of them. And then it also feels like you need some kind of an intake. This looks fine up here. Same thing with the exhaust. I feel like it needs more exhaust ports. The wing thickness looks fine. I'm not too certain on making that an actual movable control surface. Your wires and stuff holding the biplane together looks fine. Rear wings look fine. Those windows look a little big. And your little 50 cal down here. Honestly, pretty good. I like that. Oh, you've even got like a little crank wheel and everything. Okay, yeah, see, that's pretty good. But you need to work on these engines a bit. The engines are really taken away from it. And then your cockpit, I like the design of it, but I feel like it needs to be wider or kind of like integrated into it more because it kind of looks like it was stuck on there. Alright, next is the Athena class. This is going to be by Admiral Gaming. Let's take a look at this little guy. Oh my. Very laggy little guy. 463,000. Good lord. Why is this thing so laggy? Holy shit. What have you got in this thing, Gaming? Christ. Hang on. What have you got in here? Why is this thing? Oh, holy shit. I see why it's so expensive. Holy fuck. Larges and mediums. Jesus. How many decos? Okay. God bless. Alright. That is a lot of fucking missiles. Christ. See, this is why I don't like making modern ships, because it's just a bunch of missiles, and honestly, I kind of find that boring. But either way, your close-in weapon system looks good. Your turret cap, basic, but that's just how modern turret caps are. I want to make the base of this maybe a little bit bigger. I feel like it's missing something along the side. Like, I know a lot of modern ships are nice and flat along the sides, and there's nothing else there. But you could mix it up a little bit by making like a little cutout section like right here. Make it like a cargo door or other pipes hanging along the side or other insignia, other markings. Because right now it's just really bland. It's just missing a lot. Or even like other radars or bigger armor plates or something. Something along the lines of that. You've got little tiny drones. They're alright. I would also make the texture of the giant garage door like the cargo container, so it actually looks like a roll-up garage door. This little turret cap, very interesting, but I like it. You've got enough recoil absorption, very good. You do not have enough. Let's see here, you got more fucking missiles. Christ almighty, how many goddamn missiles do you have? Oh, look at these little guys. Got enough recoil absorption. Good, good. Your bridge looks good. Shame there's no interior, but I also understand. Yeah, that's gonna be your main downfall here. Is just the sides of this is so bland. There's nothing there. You have beautiful shaping and beautiful details on your guns and the missiles and the detection and everything. It's just these sides need something to break up that texture of just it being a flat wall. It's like it's missing something. It looks unfinished. You look at it from the front, it looks finished. Maybe you could add like some of those radars on its like cheeks on the side there, but it just needs something along the side. All right, next one is the CGN Olivia Rook. This is by Xenodragon. Oh sweet mother of what the fuck kind of weird tri-hull zoom wall fucking thing is this? Hold on. What the shit is this? Okay, this wouldn't be quite as egregious if you didn't have the fucking, like, extended sides out here. And the main reason for that is your little fins here in the water are really small. It also feels like if you're going to do this, that these sides should be at the same angle. kind of like that. And yeah, it's just these need to be thicker and probably arch out more instead of it just being straight up, flat, and back down. Now your fucking brick of a superstructure. I do like that you have it. You do have an interior to it, which is very nice. Saluting that. Very good. Very cool. I can respect that. Oh, you even have more interior. Is this all walkable interior? Not quite. Alright. Your little particle cannon turret caps, they don't look too bad. They're alright. They're alright. Let's take a look at this. Is this an actual railgun? Whoops. Let's see here. You got enough recoil absorption. You got enough rail use. Yep, it is a railgun. And the autoloader, ammo, intake, and cooling limit are all
perfectly balanced. This whole thing should be.
Now, for the rest of the superstructure, it's just, you're kind of having the same problem that gaming's having, but not quite in the same sense. Like, gaming's missing little tiny details like this, but yours is just, it's straight up a big flat face. There's like hardly any divots in it. There's hardly any sections of it that stick out. It's just giant slope brick. It needs other shapes coming out of it, or divot into it or something, you know, because like it's just a giant brick. That's all it is. That's all it is. You just need more details on it. See, gaming, use that oh, I think this is actually the radiator texture, but either way, use something like that, you know, and make it actually look like a garage door. But yeah, you're just lacking a lot of different shaping on the sides of your superstructure. And yeah, that looks about it. Hang on. Wait. Custom missile decos? Yes. Yes, you do. Okay. Excellent. Alright, next one is the Cottontail. This is by Laser. What is this guy? Ooh. Ooh. Okay. I like the styling on this so far. I like the like angled down wings. That gives it a whole vibe to it. Main thing for me, exposed heavy armor. I don't like the texture of exposed heavy armor. I just don't think it's good. I think the color difference of it being black is perfectly fine, but it being heavy armor, I don't think it looks very good. Your barrels are very interesting. Oh, these are actually lasers. Ooh. It would appear that you need to set some turret restrictions because it was just shooting up at itself like that. Need to look at that. Let's see here. Oh, you got spinning engines there. Very good. Got your different protection there. I do like this quite a lot. I don't know why, but I feel like it could use some kind of like radio antennas or communication, like more visible communication equipment sticking up out of the thing, because it kind of looks more remote controlled. Because it doesn't have any kind of a cockpit. So if it's going to be more remote controlled, I feel like it should have other kind of like antenna sticking up, or wires sticking out, so it looks like there's like a receiver for a drone controller for it. But your turret cap and the overall shaping of the thing, I think looks really cool, and the camo works really well with this thing. See, I think it looks a lot better down at the bottom than it does at the top, and that's purely because of all that exposed heavy armor. So, I think the black trimming's fine, but the exposed heavy armor, nah. But the rest of it, though, honest to God, looks fucking great. I love the styling of it, and I'm a sucker for those downsloped wings. So, good job. Alright, next is the DD05 Red Switch. This is by Cringe. And, of course, the colors are all fucked. Anywho. First thing I'm seeing. The hole, it's sloping, stops way too soon. I understand that you stop it there, probably for armor. But it just looks like it stops way too soon. It feels like the sloping should go at least like 1 more meter out. And the slope should end like right here. Just one big gradual slope. 1 meter out to like right here, I think would look a lot better. Same input with the exhaust up on the top of your smokestacks. Your arms here on the side, way too thick. They need to be thinner, but the rest of the shaping of that mast looks fine. Let's look at your gun. You've got way more recoil absorption than you really need, but at least it's better than not having enough. You have a fuckload of cooling limit, but not a whole lot of autoloader and ammo intake limit. Very interesting. AP frag, my beloved. Understandable. I like these little lifeboats that you made. They're very simple. The one thing I would say is change the texture, though, on the main boat itself. I would change that to... Honestly, I changed that to wood. Or at least, let's see, how does the wood look? Or how does the pleak look, actually? Where is wood? Yeah, there you go. The wood the wood material kind of fits it a little bit more. I'd make that the wood material. And same with, I see you have like the stretched ammo barrel down there at the bottom. I would also make that the wood texture too, just to make it all match. Your bridge looks okay. I think a lot of your detriment is just the sloping of your hull there, and then your really thick arms off of your mast and your smokestacks. Other than that, it looks like a fairly basic design, but it works. Alright, next is the Eurus class. This is by Gaming. What the fuck? What in the shit kind of steampunk airship, sailship bullshit is this? Are these all missiles? Are these just fucking giant, like, tungsten rods? They're just tungsten rods or whatever the fuck. Okay. I guess your window here in the back feels like it needs to come around more. Maybe over here to the side. Because it feels like you're missing something right there. To me, it just feels wrong to see a sail ship like this, even though it's up in the air. Although I will say, I do like the chains that you have that make it look like the balloons are being like held down. It feels like you should have cannon holes here on the side, or at least some kind of windows there on the side. I'll definitely say that you nailed the wooden ship style a whole lot better than I do. Yeah, like I feel like you need more of these cannons all along your side, so you can roll up on some poor little Deepwater Guard piece of shit and go, ahoy, scallywags, and just fucking bombard them from the sky. Minus the giant tungsten fucking rods. But yeah, that's all I've really got to say for that one. I don't really know what else to say. Alright, next is the Fodder, and this is by Elite Leon. What is this little guy? Minus the colors getting all fucked up. Hang on, let me just... This is gonna bother me, hang on. Alright, we're gonna pause here. Okay, let's look at this little guy. 39k. Is this just like a... Is this just supposed to be cannon fodder, and that's why it's called Fodder. I will say I do really like your custom gun texture up here. Very good. The only thing I say is that I feel like you need some kind of like a taper down to the barrel instead of it being flat right here. Your mast, I would deco over the rangefinder on this to match the alloy texture. Whether that be you just take another coincidence rangefinder, deco it over this, and then just change the material texture. I think that would even be fine. I also feel like you need some bit of a taller, maybe just a tad bit taller communication mast. So you got custom torpedoes. I cannot tell. Anyway, oh, you even got a little baby gun. Oh, guy. Okay, did it get ammo so we can look? Okay. Is a little 60 mil. You got enough recoil absorption. Got enough recoil absorption. Good fire rate on that, too. Excellent. I like the off-center anchor chain as well. And I feel like if you're going to have these hydrofoils on the side, I feel like you need to deco in some kind of like a bigger fin or something, because they kind of just look weird sitting there. Propellers on the rear look fine. Yeah, very cute little design. It's a cute little ship. Do you have custom torpedo textures? Hold on. Yes. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Very good. Overall, I like it. It's a nice little design, but I feel like you also need like another, like the red anti-foul line, like below the waterline, instead of it all being the same color. That way it also helps break up the like texture and color of the side of your ship. Other than that, looks pretty good. Alright, next is the Gallium. This is by Le Soviet Onion. What is this thing? Good Lord, flat. What? Jesus Christ, it is so flat. Why is it so flat? Boy, your hole needs to be deeper than that. Like, you have no room for armor or internals, like, hardly at all. You have a lot of propellers. That's for goddamn certain. I feel like your detection needs to be, I guess, taller. Your guns, I would get rid of the active radar up there on the top because it kind of looks ugly. God, it's hard to know where to start on this thing. I would also add some like little supports behind your coincidence rangefinders on your turret caps. I feel like your bridge just needs to be taller, but your hull is fucking paper thin. Like, there's no height to it at all, or depth. Nothing. It needs to be at least like 3 meters deeper into the water. Because it just looks so weird with it being so flat. I would also make a custom torpedo deco, and then create a thicker base for your torpedo launcher. Yeah, it's kind of hard to give you more styling advice with it being so fucking flat. Alright, next one is going to be the Garmr, I think that's how you say it, CPA01. This is by Xenodragon. What is this guy? Oh my lord. Hello. I like this, and I see you have an idle animation for that gun up there. I love the styling on this. I love the like super angular design. Oh, you even got little propellers there in between. See, this is where like the little like gap in between, like the triple hole, works better. This one's a bit more integrated, and it's because it's thicker, and the gap is also really small. So, as cool as these look, they're kind of fucking pointless. They don't really do that much, so I wouldn't even really bother with having one on it. But they do look cool. Are these diff guns? Come on, let me see. Yes, yes, they are. What is this? Ooh, it's a laser gun. Very good. I like the styling on this. I like how you can see like the railgun component, or the not railgun, laser components kind of tailing along the back end of that. I would also maybe change the texture of the APS like firing arc projector on that. It's interesting you've got the center of the hull kind of recessed, but I do like how you got your own like little hangar there with the garage door for the helicopter. Your barrels look very beefy, and I like that. You got enough recoil absorption, 13 RPM, 406s. What are you firing? AP frag, well, AP heat frag? I would change that out just for another frag body if it was me. But either way, I respect the fact that you're using some kind of a form of AP frag. Do these spin? Yes, they do. Very good. I like that. Let's look here. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like it needs some other kind of like slightly elevated trim all the way around the, like, just the outside edge of all those missiles. I feel like it would look a little bit better with just a little bit of a raised trim. It doesn't need to be like flush with the edge here. Just like start here and just kind of go along the edge. Just like half a meter, maybe even a quarter of a meter up. Just add like almost half-ass a railing. What is this? Good lord, that is a big fuck off plasma. Jesus Christ! Oh my god! What the fuck? It's so many! God damn. Like your custom logo there. God bless the amount of fucking shots coming out of that. Okay. Yeah, other than the little bit of input I got you there, I think it looks pretty cool. You might add some like little pinstripes of different colors going along the sides of the ship, but yeah, other than that, it looks fucking badass. Alright, next is the IDS Realia Vira. You all are just getting fucking too much entertainment out of seeing my dyslexic ass trying to fucking pronounce these things. This is by night. Ooh. Woohoo. Beefy fucker. Beefy. Christ. Okay. Let's take a look at these. Interesting, like, supports around the barrels, but I don't hate it. What are these? These are 200 mils. You've got enough recoil absorption, enough rail use, 18.1 fire or RPM. What are you using for a shell? AP solid incendiary. Ooh, getting a little spicy. I like your turret cap design. Overall, I think it's well integrated. I kind of like the dual bridge, but I almost feel like some kind of a central bridge would instead maybe look a little bit cooler. You could have like just like arching over the center section here, just a big fucking bridge coming all the way across and like kind of curving around up here. I know that'd be changing a lot of the styling of it, but I think that would really look cool. Then you could put like some big central mast up on top of it. I think that would look fucking awesome. And you can make it like arched in a way to where, you know, air could still flow through here and into your intake right there for these jet engines in the back. So, personally, I would make that heavy armor, not heavy armor, and instead deco it to be something else. Turret caps down here look good. More custom thrusters. Your overall shaping looks really fucking good. Yeah, there's not much I can say about this. I fucking love this design. This is a beefy motherfucker that looks like it is ready to steal your goddamn lunch money and thunder cunt you into a locker. Like, it is ready to fuck. Alright, now we have got the Lenen class guided missile destroyer leader. Goddamn, what a fucking name, Colton. Speaking of Colton, I saw you started your own YouTube channel. Best of luck to you on that, buddy. Hope for the best, and for people that want to see more of Colton stuff like that, you should go and check him out. His video he posted in the YouTube videos tab that's in my Discord. Now, let's look at this. I see you did make the superstructure a bit more different than the other ships, because I saw that you noticed whenever I said your superstructures are really looking all the same, you kind of compared them and went, well, fuck, they kind of are. But yes. Very good. It is looking different. I like it. Kind of weird supports that you got for that, but I like it. Also weird supports for your bridge there, but I also don't hate it either. Let's take a look at these guys. Basic shaping, but very good. What are they? They are... Can you stop fucking moving around? 127s, firing 67.6 RPM, good recoil absorption, and I love how you got the bow coming up. I've never been very good at being able to make the bows like sloped up like that. I'm experimenting with some stuff, but my motivation to build FTD stuff right now has been very low. I feel like the base of this turret could use that steam turbine texture. It could instead use this texture down below it and just make it zero. Kind of like that. Just a little bit of a thicker base. I think it would look kind of cool on that. Nice custom missile decos. Good torpedo launchers. These guns look about the same as some of your other ones. Standardized secondaries. I like that. I think I've already looked at that helicopter before and given you feedback on that. Overall, I really like the overall design and the hull shaping. Very good. Very good. And like I've said before, I know people don't see it, but I would smooth out the under the water section of this to, you know, match the smoothness of your hull up top. Alright, next is the MRN Alva class light cruiser. This is by Maximo. Okay. So, let's start off with the positives. Your bow looks okay. But I feel like you should have the kind of a similar sloping here in the rear instead of it coming up and being flat. Kind of like that. Let's see here. I don't know about your like extruded beam here on the side. A, it's a little bit too shiny, and B, it looks a little weird. Your guns here, you got enough recoil absorption. They are 200 mils, firing 62.1 RPM. It's weird that you got a smaller gun down below and the bigger gun up top. I feel like that should be swapped. I feel like it looks a little bit weird. I would try and experiment with making some custom radar decos, because I think that would look a lot better. You can even do something just basic like that and put it up here, or at least deco it over. Deco over this with that. I feel like that would look a little bit better. Your bridge, I feel like needs to be maybe a tad bit wider. Stick out a little bit farther. I think how far forward it comes looks fine, but I feel like it needs to be just a little bit wider, and I wouldn't stretch out your windows like this. I would more vote for it to just be smaller windows rather than one big stretched out window. I think it looks a lot better if you were to do it like so. I think that looks better than stretching out those windows so much. Your smokestacks look alright. I would push these turbines down into the smokestack just a little bit farther, but I like that you got them spinning. Your rigging, I would not use the truss blocks because they look a little bit too thick. I would just use recoil absorbers. They are very good for making like long rigging going across a ship because they've got an 8-meter variant of them, but I would use the recoil absorbers for your different rigging around here. Your custom lifeboats, very basic, but I like them. That looks exactly the same as Cringe's. Is that the same lifeboat that's on the fucking starter, like, designer thing? That looks familiar. I don't know. I don't have that thing spawn in. But, either way. Let's look at this. You've got another recoil absorption. It's just an 80 mil firing 507. Have some kind of a sea-whiz. Oh, you even got some decoys. Very good. Yeah, you just really need to work on your superstructure and your masts and your hull shaping. That's really what you need to work on. And then we can work on the turret caps later. Alright, next is the PBC Michelangelo. This is by Nova Galaxy. This is an experimental police cruiser that went back in time due to a reactor. Redacted. Interesting. Ooh, okay. Nova, you're cooking with this one. The superstructure looks a lot better on this one. I still say, though, like this lower segment here that you got sticking out, I think it should come out by maybe like 2 more meters. But it's good that you have like the differences in your hull where it's sticking out. I do like your little spinning radar thingies there, and I would make these radar dishes or radar plates here on the side a tad bit bigger. Your bridge looks good. I like it. Cool. You got the different displays on there. I would still make an interface screen texture on there and then have the readings or whatever be on the interface screen to make it actually look like a display instead of it just appearing on an alloy block. That looks alright. Is that clipping? No, it is not. Okay, good. Again, personal preference. Don't particularly care for exposed heavy armor. Your mantlets look a little bit funky, but your barrels, they look alright. You do not have enough, autoloader limit, but you have a lot of ammo intake limit and a fuckload of cooling. I feel like you could optimize this gun a bit better. But you do have enough recoil absorption, and these are 154s. Oh my god, these are 320s. These are fine. Same story with this one. It just seems like the gun could be a lot more optimized on this. You also have an absolute assload of recoil absorption when you really don't need it. I'm curious. What does your turret textures look like? Okay, here's part of the reason why your autoloader limit is lower than your ammo intake limit. So you see how when you're looking through your different autoloaders in here, how they're highlighting yellow, and then you hover over them and it says loader needs 4 intakes for sustained fire and has 5. So you're adding unnecessary intakes onto some of these clips that you really don't need. And so you can get rid of one of them. That way it cuts down on costs just a little bit in the grand scheme of things. And then it also makes your autoloader limit and ammo intake limit balanced together. Then you can also cut down on your cooling just a little bit, and definitely your recoil. You've got an absolute shitload of recoil that you don't need. And primarily, the reason for cutting back on all these to make them all balanced is for cost. All of it for just cost. So you could cut down on the overall impact that weapon is having on the cost of the vehicle. These turret caps look about the same as some of your other ones that I've given feedback on. Smokestack, I feel like your exhaust vent on that could be a little bit bigger. But other than that, this looks a lot better than a lot of your other stuff that you've made here recently, Noah. So, whatever you were doing on this, keep doing it. But, take my advice into consideration. Alright, next is the SPQR Gladius MKO. This is by Hitokiri. Hitokiri? I think it is. Oh. Okay. So, we have a lot of work to do here. Hitokiri. First off, the shields being exposed, like you seeing them? No. Don't do that. That looks fucking hideous. Second off, what's up with the giant pyramid? Why do you have a giant pyramid here in the center? With nothing on it, basically. There's no windows, there's no bridge, there's no access hatches, there's no weapons, there's no nothing. Why? Why is it here? Like, if you're going to have something this big and pronounced on the ship, I feel like it needs to have more of a purpose. Other than this. Also, why is your wheel exposed here? Like, I feel like your bridge needs to be integrated into this to give it a little bit more purpose. You already know what's going to happen. You don't have enough recoil absorption. Your ammo intake and autoloader limit are really high, but your cooling limit is really low, and you are losing out on a lot of potential firepower that you could have. I would get rid of some of the autoloader and ammo intakes, and substitute that for some recoil absorption. That way your accuracy isn't so absolute and utter dog shit and look like your fucking gun's smoothbore instead of, you know, rifled. I'm assuming back here is going to be the same story. Yeah, it's pretty much the same story. These guns need to be balanced better. What the fuck's up with all the repair units in the back and the vehicle spawner? I don't hate the sloped hole, but it's just... your giant pyramid here in the center is just so fucking weird. And then get rid of the... you being able to see the shield so clearly. Not saying you can't have shields. Not at all. Just don't make them visible like that. Because it looks fucking stupid. Alright, next one is the SPQR Scutum? Scutum Mark IV. Again, with the pyramid. Why? Why is it here? At least you have some kind of a bridge here, but if you're going to do that, you need to make the bridge kind of like angle forward and come around more. Because you have to take into consideration, if you're just looking out here, like right here, you can't see to your right, you can't see to your left, you can't see anywhere except dead straight ahead. Tunnel vision. You need to have the bridge angle outwards, like 45-degree outwards. We'll just go ahead and grab some glass and do something. Ah, fuck it, we won't use glass because it'll be a little bit hard to see. So we'll do, you know, just... we'll do this as a darker color. You know, something just like that. I mean, even that right there helps it so much. And then if you really wanted to, then you could just come here with some beams. Like that. And, like... what the fuck do you have here? Okay. Get rid of the... I'm trying to prove a goddamn point. Get out of the fucking way. And then here like that. You know, just something. Something. You know what I mean? And obviously make that like glass or at least some kind of transparent or shiny. But you get what I mean. Just that helps that superstructure so much. And I feel like you also should have some kind of a detection mask sticking a little bit more in the backside, or some kind of a smokestack. Your slopage should also come up a little bit farther on that. See, the shields aren't as egregious on this because they're not so visible. They still are visible, and I would still make them more transparent and harder to see, but they're not quite as bad. I do like this turret cap. That is good. Wow. That is a ridiculous amount of recoil. Christ. Dude. Get some more recoil absorption on this thing. Jesus. And another thing I was going to say, the missile launchers, they look okay, but they would look a lot better if you had a custom missile deco. Yeah, we're just going to leave it at that for right now. You got a lot of work to do, my friend. Alright, next is the TGS Auririous. This is by Ginger Spartan. Oh, look how stubby it is. I like it. It's cute. 103,000. I love how fat the superstructure is for this. Like, it actually fits it really well. Full shaping as always. Looks beautiful. I love the off-center anchor here in the back. And, like, a folded-up crane. What are these little guys? 18 mils. You got just enough recoil absorption. Your gun is fairly balanced. Very good. Alright. Bridge looks good. Even got a little bit of interior. Gun looks fucking great. Yeah, I don't know if there's really anything I can't say. Like, this is just beautifully decoed. It's just enough, like... It's still a little bit high on decos, but overall, still fairly efficient on decos, and it looks great. It's not overbearing with the amount of detail that it has, but it has just the right amount. Beautiful. Beautiful. I really can't say anything. There's nothing I would change about this. Fucking outstanding work. Alright, and the last one is the Type 43. This is by Gaming. Okay, first thing I'm noticing, brick. Fucking brick. Back here looks fine. And it's because it's got all the different shaping and different decks and everything around, and good crane deco, and I do like the weird, like, belt stuff that you got on that. I do really like that. I do really like that. You have the perfect amount of recoil absorption, too. Excellent. You do need a little bit more cooling, but that will require you to have a little bit more recoil absorption as well. Good. You got your custom missile decos. Big missile launchers up here. Other little missiles here. Your bridge looks really weird. Like, minus the giant flat brick here that needs other details on it, or other, like, radars and shit on the side. Your windows are really big and really spaced apart. Like, I feel like they need to be, like, smaller windows and more of them all around. I understand that the windows are a bit difficult to do here. You can even do just solid glass all the way around there, and then just add, like, the different support beams in it, but what you got there for your bridge does not work. Your mast here even works fine. It's just giant fucking brick of a side with nothing else to it. It's kind of almost the same story as your other craft I reviewed here. It just needs more to it. And see, here you've got a good garage door texture, so you know how to do it. Why does that other one not have it? Anyway, yeah, that's really all I got for this, because everything else looks good on it. Alrighty, Chucklefox, I believe that does it for this session of Wrench's Wreckfest. Thank you to those who submitted your craft for review for this week, and I do apologize again for the video being delayed for, well, moving. Either way, thank you for your understanding. So, thank you for those who submitted your craft, and if you want to participate in Wrench's Wreckfest, you could do so by joining my Discord via the link in the description below, and there is a tab at the bottom of the Discord that is labeled for Wrench's Wreckfest. You can submit up to 2 blueprints every week, and I will review them. Now, whenever you submit your blueprint, there will be a time or a cutoff time of whenever you can submit a blueprint design for a certain week, and that is at Sunday or every Sunday at 12 p.m. CTE. Now, once you get your craft in there before the deadline, your craft will be reviewed in the next week's Wrench's Wreckfest. So it gives me a week to try and get the video out. So, thank you all for watching, and I will see you Chucklefucks in the next one. Post-edit Wrench here. So, with the being in the new place now, this second bedroom, which I use as an office, is about double the size as the previous places. So, I'm struggling to find a good way to decorate it. Obviously, I'm not done even close to putting it together, but I want to get it to where it's decorated a little bit more. I want to make it feel like a real good fucking game room or, you know, man cave or something like that. So if you guys have any decoration ideas, fucking throw them out. But there are a few things that are off limits that I will not be fucking doing under any circumstance. Porn, anime, and figurines. If you suggest any of those, go fuck yourself. Anything else, I'll take into consideration. Now, with that being said, I'll see you guys next time.